Israeli jets have been attacking the besieged Gaza Strip over the past 24 hours. The latest attacks on Gaza and Rafah have left 1 Palestinian dead and 5 others injured. A Palestinian was killed when an Israeli drone fired a missile at his motorcycle in Rafah in the south of the Gaza Strip. PressTV's correspondent says loud explosions are heard across the city as Israeli warplanes continue with their attacks. Similar raids have claimed 15 Palestinian lives and injured over 20. 2 of the victims were killed as an Israeli drone fired missiles in the town of Khan Yunis. 13 people died in overnight airstrikes and tank shelling. And Israeli troops have opened fire on the funeral procession of those killed in overnight attacks. We're going to switch over to Gaza. We're joined by Mukhaimer Abu Saada, professor of al-Azhar University. Thank you so much for being with us. Tell us, why do you think that all of a sudden we're seeing an upsurge in these attacks by the Israelis?
Well, this is a very valid question. Gaza has been quiet very much for the past 6 months since the assassination of the ex-leader of the Popular Resistance Committees 6 months ago after an attack on the Israeli southern city of Eilat. Basically, Israel is, this is part of Israeli aggression against the Palestinian people and against the Palestinian resistance here in the Gaza Strip. According to Israeli claims, this is a preemptive Israeli attack against the Palestinian resistance, mainly the Popular Resistance Committees and its leader, because Israeli sources are saying that the leader of this group was planning an attack against Israel over the borders between Egypt and Israel. Now, whether that these security sources are accurate or not, but as I mentioned to you, this is an all-Israeli aggression against the Palestinian people. It's part of Israel's siege against the Gaza Strip. It's part of Israel's settlement expansion in the West Bank and East Jerusalem. Unfortunately, the international community, led by the UN and the United States, is not doing anything to stop this Israeli aggression against the Palestinian people.
Well, what does this mean? I mean, you've just said that the UN and the U.S. is not doing anything to stop this aggression by the Israelis. So what do you think is the key now for the Palestinians to get their rights?
The key is an end to the Israeli occupation. This Israeli occupation has been going for more than 44 years now, since Israel occupied the Palestinian territories on June 5th of 1967. The Palestinians would like an end to this occupation, an end to the Israeli settlement policy in the Palestinian territories, an end to the siege which has been going on for more than 5 years on Gaza. We want to live like any other people in the world. And that is the problem. The problem is Israel behaving as a country above international law, is not ready to implement previous agreements, and is not ready to respect international law and the 4th Geneva Convention, which protects the Palestinians who are under Israeli occupation. It's about time the international community moves and do something about this Israeli aggression.
Well, all due respect, Mr. Abu Saada, all due respect, as you've just said, but the international community is not doing anything about it. So what is left now for the Palestinian people to do? Yes, the occupation should end, but if the international community continues, as you have said, to ignore the rights of the Palestinians, then what is left for the Palestinian people? How should they get their rights then?
Well, the Palestinians are then left with no other option but to protect themselves, but to fight back and retaliate against this Israeli aggression against the civilian people here in the Gaza Strip. Over the past 24 hours, more than 15 Palestinians have been killed by Israeli targeted attacks. What the Palestinians are basically on their own territory, on their own land. They have no other place else to go, and they will basically resist this Israeli occupation with all means possible. as long as the international community, the UN, is not doing anything to stop this Israeli aggression against the Palestinian occupied people.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Mukhaimer Abu Saada.